Good evening and welcome. This is a weekly update on the news from KPW. Give me 10 minutes, I'll give you a week. I'm doing a video. Family life. 10 minutes, guys, and I'll just tell you the week as I see it, sort of thing, and sort of some of the bigger stories that have come up and stuff. So we're going to start off on the 25th, Sunday the 25th of March. If you didn't know it, there were riots happening. Not in this country, well, there might have been, I know about them, but riots in France, in Spain, and in Germany. People with machetes in Germany. And obviously in the US, there's pretty much always a riot in the US somewhere, I think, from reading the news and stuff. Well, not reading the news, but seeing the news. If you haven't heard the name of Stephen Clark, or Stephen Clark, he was an unarmed guy that was shot 20 times by the old Bill, and apparently they're not taking any charges against the old Bill. 8 times he was shot in his back or something, and one for his leg. And have a look at that case, and it's quite funny because the guy's family attorney have said that he was shot and unarmed, but guys like white guys like the Denver bomber, I think, was it Denver, the guy that was the bomber that was sending explosives for the post and stuff, he wasn't shot. They let him blow himself up. The school shooters, usually white kids, they weren't shot. It's it does seem that black lives have a slightly less value out there. Get out of my studio.
Sorry.
So moving swiftly on, March 27th on the Tuesday, one of my favourite ones, the McCains. I have to struggle not to say the McScums. Oops, I did it. They've been granted more money. I mean, it's £11 million plus now to sort of to find Madeleine, and the people that really need to be interviewed and investigated, the parents and the tapas friends that was there, they seem to be relatively untouched. Little questions like, does anybody know if Jeremy McCain has a conviction for paedophilia or some sort of sex crime? Does anyone know that? It's out there. The McCains don't seem to be suing anyone that says it, which sort of tells you that maybe there's a bit of truth to it. So I'd welcome anyone that's got any information on that. Moving swiftly on, we've got Wednesday the 28th. One of the big stories this week is the media seems to be determined to say that Jeremy Corbyn hates Jewish people. Now, I sort of get the feeling that they're trying to sort of blame him for anyone that said anything that they deem to be anti-Jewish. And the way I'd look at it, guys, is that if a paedophile, for instance, that was Jewish, if you made a story up and said Jewish paedophile, would that make you anti-Semitic? Probably. If a Labour guy done it, it would definitely make them anti-Semitic. But the media seem to be doing it all the time, with other faiths and religions, namely sort of like Islam. It's fine for the everyone to say Muslim paedophile, but it wouldn't be fine for someone to say Jewish paedophile. In reality, the only thing they should be saying is effing paedophile. They shouldn't be using the race, religion or colour, because paedophiles come in all races, religions and colours, and by putting that faith, that label in there, the faith, race, creed, whatever, of someone that's done wrong, you are then giving them sort of like a whole group of people that they can try and hide behind, because you're naturally going to offend the race, religion or colour of person that you've labelled the paedophile. Therefore, you're going to piss a lot of people off that aren't paedophiles by sort of like trying to align them with someone that is a paedophile, when all we should be doing is fighting the paedophiles. You've got the G4S, I think it was Medway, G4S Medway. I don't know if anyone saw anything, the BBC secret camera documentary, but the Medway G4S staff that were being horrible to the kids in there. I mean, yeah, they're difficult kids, you know, they're in there for a reason and stuff like that, but might ain't right. And you know, some of the stuff that I saw, they've got off with, you know, no, it's fine, you know, they was picking fights for 14-year-olds and stuff like that, and you know, bullying them, and that's what the kids are going to sort of like remember when they leave, and it's just going to make them more of a problem to society. I'm not saying give them an easy ride, I'm just saying that, you know, you've got to show them that, you know, you can rise above violence and, you know, bullying. So otherwise, you're just going to confirm their behaviour. But there you go. So have a look at the G4S staff that have got away with almost murder at Medway. That is not the way to behave, especially with children. And, you know, it seems that that's been like said to be okay now. Then we've got also on the Wednesday the 28th, we've got a US soldier that admitted to killing Afghans for sport. Now, with all the stuff that's going on with, you know, extremists and radicalisation and whatever else, you've got to ask yourself, is a story like that the most powerful recruitment tool for, you know, anyone on the brinks of becoming an extremist? I'd probably say it would. I mean, it makes me feel a lot more anti-US reading that soldiers are over there killing Afghan civilians for sport, you know, than anything else I'm reading in the media. You know, that sort of stuff is what makes terrorists and terrorism. And when you've got guys over there with that sort of an attitude, I mean, you know, it's going to actually sort of like make more problems. It's a vicious circle, and it's only going to get a lot bigger. So, yeah, the US soldier admitted killing Afghan civilians for sport. Then we've got, China are bringing in the petro yuan. Yeah, have I got the pronunciation of that right? Probably not. Yeah, the Chinese are bringing in a currency based on gold, backed by gold, that hopefully will destroy the American dollar. Might not be a good thing, because anything that gets too much power is a bad thing, but maybe it's time that the Yanks realise that they don't own the world, and, you know, that it should all get a little bit fairer. So keep your eyes on that one. China bringing in a new currency. They keep that one quiet because I don't want to worry people, make people worry about what's going on with the finances and the money. Then on Friday the 30th, we've got the US are going to try and bring in social media screening. Now, whether or not they do, and whether or not they can, and whether or not they've got the manpower to do it, it wouldn't be that much manpower though, really. I mean, I suppose you could have the security guys at the airports going, give me your phone, I want to check your Facebook, and if you don't, you ain't getting on the plane. That might sort of, I can see that happening, I really can. Not that I fly anymore or anything, but, you know, that's as simple as it would be. And then all they've got to do is put a search into the Facebook search engine Trump, and see if anything discourteous comes up about Trump. So if you've shared a Trump joke or anything like that, you might find out that they don't want you in their country. And that's a slippery slope, guys, because when you've got views for one person that are completely unopposed, then you start getting people that, you know, get very, very serious about what they think is right and wrong, because they've not heard anything different from it. And, you know, that sort of comes into sort of like Nazi Germany sort of territory. Then, you know, don't say a word against Hitler, he's brilliant. Don't say a word about Trump, he's brilliant. I'm not calling Trump Hitler, is all I'm saying is, you know, if you can see the sort of similarities between having a completely unopposed view of someone, it makes it a little bit sticky, shall we say. Moving swiftly on. Then you've got Saturday the 31st. You've got Jeremy Corbyn saying that Labour will buy all the homeless people in the country a house. Now, that sounds a little bit unrealistic because it's just, I don't think it's going to happen, but what a fantastic idea. What a nice idea. See, are the homeless people going to want to be in a house? Are they going to, do they want sort of like a more free lifestyle? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff going on there, but I definitely think that would be a way forward, being able to offer someone their own place, even if it wasn't what they wanted. It's definitely a step in the right direction, and it just shows a bit more caring. The more caring a society gets, the better it becomes, the better it should become. No doubt there'd be limits to the people that were claiming they were homeless to try and get a home and stuff like that. Hopefully they'd do it sensibly, but a more caring view to our most vulnerable people in society would be well welcomed. So guys, that is my first KPW News Sunday 6 p.m. news update. I'm hoping to do these every week, and probably a live feed as well, and see how we go with them. This is Chrissy Morris at KPW News signing off. Please leave any comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you very much.